In this presentation, we will design a standard wardrobe from kitchen and wardrobe, units, wardrobes, standard. Select. On the screen, we can see the window where we will set all the details regarding the bodybuilder. Here are some details where you can set the thickness of the melamine and also another details as a shelf thickness, a back thickness. Also, these values are registered in the window parameters manager. From here, from this window, managers, and the icon parameters manager. From here, you will choose units, which is a category dedicated to the kitchen units and also to the wardrobe. Forward, you can see the values for melamine, thickness of material, groove, back offset, regarding what thickness you are using in your design. So we go back. The second option is to delimitate from here the thickness and to obtain for this option in order to be saved. Forward, we choose how we would like to set the groove, what depth, and also from here, and also the backside offset if it will have. From the previous window, from the parameters manager, where we set the values. From the option front, we choose how we would like to place the doors. For example, if the wardrobe will have height frame, or half frame, or inside frame. Also, we can choose if we will have extra sides and where exactly. For example, I will set show left end cap. Regarding the plinth, we can specify where we want to appear, and for the side offset to be auto, in order to be placed automatically from the program. The top offset represents the cornice. If we want to place it, we will check the option visible. Regarding the filler, we can choose in which side we would like to place it, writing in the blank its dimension. And after, we will check the respectively option. The parameters and the options we have just set, we are able to save them in order to be used in a future design from this icon. Forward, we will write the dimensions of the wardrobe. The height, the depth, the width, the number of partitions. We can choose the maximum height of the wardrobe, or we can set it according to the dimension of the cornice and the plinth, which are represented here in these blanks, and the program to calculate it automatically. Choosing one of the parameters, the rest is setting automatically depending on each other. According to the settings we have made, the program calculates automatically the width of each partition. the result of this calculation depends of the material which was used in the project. So when we choose the option auto postforming, the dimensions we can use are reduced, the unused space being different. When we choose as material the melamine, we can see all the available space and reduce the unused one. In the forward blank, we can see the result according to the previous calculation. The next option gives us the opportunity to build the wardrobe. We can change the width of individual partition or to simultan, giving the dimension we want in the blank. First of all, we will make it smaller. Partition front width. And after, we will obtain for this button to update. The empty space which was created, it is automatically covered with a filler that we have chose before in the details previous. Forward, the wardrobe can be divided in two. We can select the partition one by one or all together using the button Shift. In the black top partition height, we can write 900, for example, and check the option top partition has its own door in order to have doors. We update the option and we can see the result. If there is a wall column in the back side of the wardrobe, we can reduce the depth of that partition. For example, if regards this partition, we select it, and here in the partition depth, in this blank, we will set the value. Update, and we will see the result even in 3D. Next step regards the front builder. In the first partition, we can add an interior drawer with three drawers. With a total height of 600, we can choose the type of mechanism for the drawer. We select one of it, and from this bottom we are able to change the mechanism, melamine or metallic. More exactly, we can choose the drawer from different producers who are registered here and who gave us the data regarding the available dimensions, the height and the depth. The program proposed the drawer with the maximum dimension, but we can choose another dimension as well. Our goal is to introduce in the program the drawer and the mechanism of all the producers in order to select them by name and by specification, for example, the item which is available according to the height and depth. We can also separate the doors horizontally, setting the height we want. For example, 1200 for the bottom door. We can separate the doors like this, and we also can let a partition free without door. We select it, and from the fourth bottom we obtain for height front. We can separate the doors in the left and right side one by one or more in the same time using the button Shift. The program proposes us automatically two types of width for the doors. We can choose if you want a different width for the left or for the right door as well. For example, we can set for the left door a width of 200 millimeters. Also, we can choose the direction of opening the door to open in the same direction with the other one. And when we choose this option, the both doors to open in the same direction, the program can add automatically a filler. We double click on the 3D project, we obtain hide doors, and after OK. And we are able to see this filler which was added in order to sustain the door. It will be necessary to obtain for add pillar. Add pillar to be set it on always or auto. Forward, we can replace a simple door with a glass door, for example, from this blank. In the last step, we can add different accessories regarding the container builder. We can also set the hinges exactly where they should be regarding the construction. We see that the hinges are exactly in the spaces that it should be. The program includes an automatically system which calculates how many hinges will be used and also the type of them. This calculation is according to the height and the weight of the door, so in this way the different possible mistakes regarding the construction of the wardrobe are avoided. In this blank we can see different accessories we can choose to introduce in the wardrobe. We can choose a wardrobe lift, elevator, and with a left click in the partition we want, we set it, we place it. Also, we can add a wardrobe rail. All these accessories can be placed exactly in the desirable height. We can choose the height according to the total height of the wardrobe or from a specific point from the interior of the wardrobe. For example, we can activate the option local and forward the height from the top to be 400, for example. Update, and the wardrobe rail was setting. We turn off the option local. Also, the program includes an intelligent system which recognizes the dimensions of the selected partition where we will add each accessory. So regarding this, the dimension of the accessory is setting automatic. Forward, we will add several shelves in the space we selected. For example, 5. And with a left click in the space we want to place them, the program calculates automatic the depth and the width of the shelves and also the distance between them equally. We can also give different dimensions accepting the ones which are automatic from the program regarding the shelf. For example, we can set the depth at 50 and the width at, and the height at 52. With a left click we can obtain to place it in the desirable partition. We can also use this button, for example center, in order to be placed in the center. After we apply these options, the wardrobe can be applied from this bottom with a left click on the wall. The wardrobe appears, and with another left click it is fixed. After we apply it, we can see a report which includes all the raw materials we needed in the construction of the wardrobe from reports and analyze. Here is the costing, the analyze, the details regarding the items. From the costing we are able to print the invoice. We are able also to see the details of construction instructions, and also from the analyze to see the PVC which we will use. Going back, we can see from the window materials how we are able to change the color of the wardrobe. With a left click from the window materials, we can change its color. Using drag and drop, we can obtain for two colors. Right click, we can apply the color we want on the selected item in order to have two colors. Also, we can change the color of the doors, but not only, even the color of the PVC. So, as I said before, from the analyze, we are able to see a list which gives us the best way of cutting. This list, it can be seen in Cut It. This is the button for Cut It, which gives us the best way of cutting. Here the blank name includes the stock with the raw materials which were used, and forward we can see the codes, the quantity, the width, the length. In the bottom of the page we can see the items, the parts which are for cutting. The program recognizes according to the selected color from which sheet can be made the procedure of cutting. In the blank routable, we can see if the item turns or not. From the cut parameters, we are able to set from the second option blade precuts to choose the thickness of the knife, and also the cut type, the way of cutting. The second option is for an efficient optimization of cutting in order to avoid the offcuts. From this bottom, we have the program of cutting, which shows us how is made the most efficient cutting for the sheet, in order to don't have loss. Using these arrows, you can see all the pieces which will be cut. We go back in 3D. And with the right click, we choose the option Geometry Edit. In order to do some changes in the case we want to. We see the last step we've made without having to change the previous steps until the option Front Builder. In the case we would like to change something within the option Front Builder, for example, if we would like from the body builder to change the dimensions of the partition, the next steps will be cancelled and they must be done again. So we have the opportunity to change some details from front builder. For example, to replace a melamine with a glass. We select it with left click, and from this blank we select a glass door. We apply it and we see the difference. Forward, you will see how we design a wardrobe with sliding doors. So I will erase it. Units, wardrobes, slidings. Here we have the heavy type and the light type. We select one of it. Regarding the wardrobe with sliding doors, the way of construction is the same. The difference is the mechanism which is used. We can choose from the list which includes different parameters, the ones we want, as we did for a standard wardrobe with hinge. In the blanks, we set the dimensions. The number of partition we would like, and we go forward to the next step, where we can change, as we saw before, the dimensions of the partitions. And the next step, here we have doors all over the wardrobe, being able to modify them in order to be horizontal or vertical. So with the left click on the selected door, we can select a split vertical, a number of 4, split now, and forward we can choose the partition regarding the height we want. We can select two simultaneously, by using the button shift. Choosing the partition, or more together with the button shift, we can change the height. Update, and it is modified for these partitions. Also, we can set together these doors for an horizontal partition, and forward these parts which result can include melamine or glass. For example, we can design a model on diagonal with glass, or for this part to be mirror. The next step includes the container builder, where we can add the same accessories as we saw for the standard wardrobe. A fixed horizontal shelf. We approach the partition we want to place it, and with a left click it appears. We are able to activate the local button in order to set the distance we want from the top or from the bottom. Let's say 1 meter from the top. Update, and the shelf was set it at the desirable height. We turn off the bottom local. We can also select a draw. We have the possibility to select an internal draw unit with enclosed fronts. For this one, we will set a filler for inner draw. We choose a filler, we set the width and the depth according to your values, which every designer works. With the left click we place it, we fix it with another left click. We can observe that the filler, which has the same height as the draw, we add another one for the right side with another left click. And in this way we created a space where the draw will be placed. We will define the draws, and with the left click it is fixed. Forward, you can obtain for a simple draw, internal draw. In this case, you don't want to add a filler. You can choose for a simple draw, which can be placed in the selected space, paying attention to its height, which must be written in this blank. For example, 800. And with the left click, we place it here, and with another left click we fix it. Also, we can apply it if we want to stop here with accessories. We can apply it from this bottom. Left click and another left click in order to fix it. We return to design. We can open the doors not only for kitchen units but also for wardrobes from this bottom in order to see the interior of the wardrobe. We can see also from reports the analyze, as we saw before. Having access to the analyze of raw materials which we used, the PVC, the height, the width, and also cut it from this bottom. The same as before. Also, you can change the color of the wardrobe or to obtain for two colors as we saw before using drag and drop. Forward, we will see how you can modify a kitchen wardrobe using the program Cubes. So I will go back, kitchen and wardrobe, units. I will set a tall unit. I will choose ovens and microwaves. And from the first category, I will choose a model. Left click. Another one, I fix the item. And with the right click, I will choose Geometry Edit. So again, using the packet cubes, you are able to modify this unit, changing the door from the bottom into a sliding one, for example, the door from the top to be split in two vertical, and it can also have an empty space here, for example. This model, for example, it can't be found in the library of the program, so using the packet cubes, you can design a unique unit which is according with your preferences. We go to Front Builder. We select with the left click a part of this item. We delete. And after we start to delimitate the partitions. We will split it horizontal. We will select the top side of the unit, and in the same way we will delimitate the dimension. So here we are able to delimitate which part we want to have door, which part we want to have an oven, for example, or which part we want to have an empty space. So we can hide this part from this bottom, from the fourth bottom. The top side can be split in two, vertical. The middle part can have an oven. And the last part can have a sliding door. We can apply it. We see the result according to the options we've just made. Also, in the same way, using the same procedure and using the same packet, cubes, you can do some changes for a base unit as well in order to have a unique model. So I go back, kitchen and wardrobe units, base units, and here from the special construction unit you can choose the first option, select, with a left click we fix it, and with a right click we obtain again for the option geometry edit. So we go back to front builder, with a left click we select the item, and now we are able to set the dimensions we want. So we will start by to add 4 drawers, which will be at a different height. This model, for example, can be found on the library. So we will select this button. We will obtain for 1 drawer with a height of 300, for example. We will select the top part of this unit, again the bottom of drawers. We will select again 1 drawer with a height of 200, and the last part we will select it and we will set it at 220 as height. So in this way we designed a new item, a unique one. We apply it and we can see the result. Using the program Cubes, you can modify easy and fast any unit from the catalog which can't be found, having a unique design according to your preferences. Thank you for your attention. We are at your disposal for additional details.